To quote a famous Danish prince, to trade down or not to trade down? That may very well be the question for the Seahawks at number 12. Tell you what they should do next.
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $119.99 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
Seahawks will have the 12th pick in the NFL draft by now. I think everybody knows that. The question is, what do you do with it? And maybe one of the couple guys that we think really makes sense for them will be there, but you start looking at trading down, which has been an option that a lot of people have mentioned, I think both of us included, and getting to 14, 15, 16, I think there's a belief that that would come with a lot of value. It may not be nearly as much as people think.
Yeah, you got to start here with that value chart. That's the first thing that these teams and organizations all look at, and it's not the end game, but at least is the start of the conversation when you're trying to place a number on exactly what the value would be. Between 12 and 16, you're looking at value-wise a very late third-round pick. So it's not as if you're going to get someone else's first or next year's second. It just does not quite work that way.
But that's great if you're still able to get the guy you targeted at 12 at 15.
Correct.
You add a third-round pick. Great, free third-round pick, and you got what you wanted all along.
That's the ideal.
The question is, what if you're not able to get
exactly
that guy?
right.
And now all of a sudden you're dropping back into the 17, 18, 20, 25 range. You can add a second and a third-round pick then, but is it worth it?
A lot of good conversation today with a lot of really good points from callers. Would you rather have 3 picks in the first 3 rounds or, from a value standpoint, go from 12 into those late 20s where you do really get another second, another third from this year or for next year and continue to get more volume picks? Ultimately, you and I really can't answer this question. Ultimately, it's going to come down to what those guys have on their draft sheets. Where do they have Copels? Where do they have Kuechly? Where do they have one of those talents that may be available at 12? And if they have him at such a value they can't pass, a la Earl Thomas there at 14 a few years ago, then they're going to make that pick.
Well, that's fine. And Brock, I'm with you. I agree. Maybe we can't tell, but what we can tell is strategy and what we're looking for. And I think at this point, for the Seahawks, for me, I'm no longer looking for a bunch of very good players. That's what I've wanted for the last few years, as they turned over this roster, removed the dead wood, and brought in guys that could legitimately play football. They've done that now. I want superstars. I want guys at the top, the racehorses, the thoroughbreds, who are able to really be the A-plus players to push them over the top. Now, if you tell me you got a better chance to get those guys with 6 picks in the first 3 rounds that are maybe a little farther down, fine. Personally, I think your best opportunity to get one of those guys is to pick higher, and if you can find that guy at 12 or 13 or 14, I don't care how you do it. Just get me the guy who can put you over the top.
Did you call me Deadwood? My Deadwood? Who was the Danish prince?
Hamlet?
Oh, gotcha.
He didn't really say that, though.
No.
He said to be or not to
Really
be.
should have been to paraphrase.
Thank you.
Want to do that again?
Yeah.
Say that again. Get that right.
But you really aren't paraphrasing him either.
No.
You're sort of
live
just
with it.
referencing him.
Just go with it.
We'll just go with it the way it is.